Hello and welcome to part 1 of the User's Guide to Bastion, with me, Xian. I have to start off with that this game is absolutely fantastic. I've had it for a few months now. It came out about a year ago, like last year in July, and I've already kind of completed this game, and I'm going to start a new game plus, which is what you unlock once you've completed it at least once, which is pretty much a way of starting up again, but you keep all your gems or whatever they're called, the little sparkly crystal things that count as currency here.
I'll see you in the next one. Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
One of the things I love about this game is the self-narration with the voice in the background, as you've just heard. Now, I will try and talk with him talking at the same time, but please forgive me if we kind of clash. And one of the main things I'm going to show you in this guide is how to do weapon combinations, what works best with other weapons, how to, dodge attacks, and all that kind of stuff. Basically anything that you might need to help you along the way. The reason I've started a New Game Plus is mainly to help you out, showing you with all the weapons, with all the upgrades, because I've got all the upgrades now. I've bought as many upgrades as there are, and I've more or less completed it in every way. So this is just a way of showing you what you can do once you've unlocked all the stuff. So let's go. Another amazing thing about this game, as you can see, is the way that the blocks all sort of form as you walk along, which is really creative.
Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing away. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion.
Yeah, so this is the first weapon, this massive hammer of death. It pretty much KOs and destroys more or less anything, which is pretty awesome as a weapon. Not my favourite of weapons of the collection, but it's still pretty good. Has its uses. Probably one of the better melee weapons.
He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity.
The whole calamity thing is the main storyline, if you haven't already guessed or if you don't already know. The whole calamity is pretty much an apocalyptic thing that went on for this world in Bastion, where more or less everything was pretty much destroyed, apart from the ruins that are left, as you can see here. So, yeah, we're just basically exploring around the ruins, collecting up lost bits and pieces, trying to, recreate the world and or just help it along and try and survive, while finding survivors at the same time.
That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground.
Yeah, so this is one of the main bad guys. He is very common. Got a great big pickaxe thing that it tries to smack you in the face with, which is kind of him. But you can pretty much dodge him like many other attackers with the simple basic roll that I'm doing here. However, things like this, rubble, etc. can block you. Best way to get rid of guys like this is pretty much to wait until he's attacked and then jump behind him, like so, and kill him.
Good. Starts to feel his bruises, though.
That doesn't really make sense. I didn't take any damage. Oh well. You can pretty much destroy a lot of stuff that are props-wise around the place to get the crystals or gems or whatever they're called. I think they're called. Oh, that's it. They're called shards. Yeah, shards. They're pretty much the currency. And the more stuff you destroy, yeah, the more crystals or shards, whatever you want to call them, the more of them you find. However, as you can see in the top right-hand corner, I have quite a fair bit, so I don't really need them at the moment, but just to show you how to collect them. And make sure you keep an eye out for these little side passages and little secret little bits that joint off the map here. That they're not always easy to see, and they usually have potions which heal you, or give you
Kid just rages for a while.
Okay, that usually give you like boosts of abilities.
The whole repeater falls out of the sky. It's a gift from the gods.
So yeah,
have to do.
So make sure you keep an eye out for those little side passages. You know, make sure you get items and things that help you along the way. This is the second weapon that you get in the game, called the Fang Repeater. I call it a Fang Reaper. It sounds better. I think it sounds cooler that way. But it's basically a rapid fire weapon that does this.
Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
Right. So observe this rubble and crap in front of me, and bearing in mind this is with all the upgrades done to the weapon, I might add. So once you've upgraded it, whenever way you do, which is what I'll show you later on when we're back at the Bastion, which is your home base, then then I'll show you the upgrades that you can choose from. But until then, I'm just going to show you a few demonstrations of what it can do. Yeah, so it's a pretty cool weapon. It's very good at rapid fire type stuff, taking out lots of enemies that are in your way, especially easy quick shot enemies that don't take much damage to kill.
Q's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting.
Yeah, make sure if you see a fountain and you're low on health potions, just press E.
Sometimes you just need a drink.
Yep, and you just pretty much fill up your health potions, and they are damn useful.
Squirts tunnels around them.
Right.
Must have fled here from the mines.
These things are called squirts. Very easy to kill, not much experience gain from them. But they are quite annoying when there are a lot of them, so make sure you get rid of them as soon as possible. Right, and now notice another side bit up here. This leads up.
It's a wonder the old saloon's still standing. Used to have the nicest view.
Little items like this crystal beret.
Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her.
Yeah, there's things like little crystal beret thing I just picked up. They're like bonus items that you can talk to the other survivors about to get more information about the whole apocalyptic calamity thing. So make sure if you see any of them, try to pick up as many as you can. Notice another little bit of hit down here with a side bit. Try to be hidden away. Little shards just picked up. The more shards you collect, the better, because it means the more upgrades you can get. Because the more upgrades there are available, the better. And bearing in mind that the upgrades do cost more the more that you get. So, right, this is now the saloon where we're gonna probably fight off some bad guys. I'm pretty sure from what I remember that there's some bad guys in here. Also, the survivors that didn't, well, the people that didn't survive, basically, the non-survivors, are still kind of around, but they're in ash form, which is kind of cool. So
he sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Wait, haven't I? Anyway, Rhonda's place just brings back memories.
And look how beautiful this is. It really is a piece of work. Just before any of the killing starts or anything like that, just take a look around at the artwork.
Kid finds his trusty shield.
Oh, shield, right? This is your only shield that you get in the game. This is just your main item of defense, I guess. So we're gonna pick it up. Actually, no, we're not gonna pick it up because I'm probably gonna trigger off bad guys attacking me. Just before I do that, though, if you see piles of fruit, such as these apples, you can pick them up, notice, and they pretty much give you health. This is really useful if you haven't got any health potions left or you're running low on them and you just need some health. So make sure to keep an eye out for fruit. So yeah, I'm just now going to go up here. This is the bartender that obviously did not survive, and he is in ash form like I mentioned earlier. He can't do anything to you, he's not going to hurt me, but I can destroy him if I wanted to, and I'm gonna. So this is what happens when you hit an ash person.
Ronnie always wanted his ashes scattered here.
Yeah, so they pretty much just ash. They don't do anything to you, they don't hurt you, yeah, they just ash. Kind of sad really, sort of a bit like Pompeii in Italy with the whole Mount Vesuvius turning everyone into ash. Right, okay, let's start some killing. Okay, once we've got the shield, we can deflect attacks.
Security takes him for a petty thief.
This is very important. Oh crap! Right, okay. Note these are turrets, and they are extremely annoying, especially when there's lots of them. Bit fear not, they can be attacked, like so. They can be,
Special delivery. Gas fellas.
they can be smacked, and also they can have attacks deflected. Ah! Get out of my face. Right, yeah, they can be, the bullets can be deflected with the shield by holding shift. If you've got a Mac like me, just do that, and you'll notice the dotted line leading up to the nearest enemy. And basically, whenever he throws an attack at you, whether it's turret or bad guy in general, you can deflect it if you get the precision of timing right. So if you just hold it down in general, the attack will just be blocked, and your attacker will be stunned. However, if you do it just right, not like that, not like that either, like that, then
start turning up for Lance Cael.
You pretty much counter the attack as it says on the screen, and there's a lot of them. Oh god, and so yeah, you pretty much counter the attack, and it kills them with their own fire. So I notice what I'm doing here as well. When you get large swarms of enemies, such as this lot, you pretty much need to kill them as quickly as possible. However, they will be attacking you an awful lot. Ow. So, stop behind a pillar. They will be attacking you an awful lot, so the best thing to do is roll and attack, and repeat. Doesn't matter really which weapon you use in particular, but
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
Right, notice this guy, the green sort of Reaper guard type looking thing. I can't remember what they're called anymore. These things are very much like the blue types of themselves, are the same, except the green ones are just a little bit faster, as you may have noticed. So it helps rolling just that little bit early. It makes it very difficult to smack him in the back, but it's possible. So the main thing to remember here is speed. So they can be dealt with, probably with a little bit of damage taken at first, but with a bit of practice at the game, there'll be no problem whatsoever in no time. Alright, let's go to the Bastion. Okay, before we get to the Bastion, I'm going to end it there. That's time up for me. And I'll see you again in part 2. Hopefully this has been helpful to any of those that are interested in the game. And I'll see you next time.